Alright folks, welcome back to the Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled playthrough, and today I'm going to be starting off with Glacier Park, and I'm going to be playing as none other than Penta Penguin. In what is...
Can you deal with that?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be very fittingly to go into Blizzard Bluff. Play as Penta Penguin in Blizzard Bluff. Now, to be very honest, Penta's voice is a little bit better, much better than the original one, because it kept getting some shrieks. The shrieks were a bit obnoxious at best, but so I'm going to be honest with you, Penta's voice improved thanks to, once again, Fred Tatascar, the, once again, Soldier 76 voice, Soldier 76 voices Penta Penguin. And I'm going to be honest with you, he does sound a lot better in this game. So Blizzard Bluff, without doubt, is basically got the shortcut jump where you have to, but you need to have the, you know, the sacred fire. You need to have sacred fire in order to jump through it, because if you don't, your jump will go won't quite make it if you don't have. All I have to do is to boost quite a lot in order to make that shortcut. You know that before you can get to that bridge or the ice rink, or the ice rink where the penguins are played at. And I'm going to be honest with you, this redesigned stage, without doubt, actually reminds me as a ski jump, and it kind of reminds me of course, Switzerland or Austria or any of the, you know, the Alps areas of Europe, where of course you can have a good skiing holiday. Look at that, that looks good. And speaking of which, at the time of recording this, what was it? You know, the commentary. I'm actually going to be going off to a Christmas fair in Birmingham with friends. Oh, see what I mean? If the you know, the sacred fire cuts out, you know, the orange flames cut out, you won't be able to make that shortcut. I think it's more vital if you do it on the time trial. It's more vital if it's done on both the time trials and on the relic rates, because on the time trial it's vital to beat both box oxide and trophies times in order to get, you know, the results. As you probably can tell, I'm still trying to work on the oxide time trials, but I pretty think that Tiny Temples is probably going to be the worst of lot. I struggled quite badly with the time trial with on the trophy time the trophy ghost in sorry, my mind's going to blank there. Time trial in Tiny Temple, because you have to maintain ultra sacred fire. It took me a lot of attempts to do. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go as Mr. Faker, Mr. Fake Dashes himself. I do like. Now, Fake Crash, without doubt. Fake Crash, ladies and gentlemen, actually has is a lot of, unlike the bosses in the game. Yes, that's right. Unlike the bosses in this game, Fake Crash has to be unlocked by getting the purple gem, like in the original. So unlike the remake, where beating the bosses grants you the ability to play as the bosses at any given time, especially in Nitro-Fueled modes of adventure, Fake Crash has to be unlocked by winning the purple gem cup. But I'm going to be honest with you, I actually like Fake Crash's some of Fake Crash's voice. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty nice to see Fake Crash actually doing a few goofy things. Honestly, I do actually like his dashing skin from the Back in Time event. And to be honest with you, it kind of looks a bit like Marty McFly's dad, to be fairly honest. Yes, that's right. He actually looks like Marty McFly's father in Back to the Future on the first Back to the Future. Now, to be honest with you, I kind of actually like, you know, that Back to the Future is actually a pretty good film, a decent film. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think Marty McFly is a fantastic I mean, I actually think that was the best that Michael J. Fox could come up with, especially Christopher Lloyd. And speaking of which, Christopher Lloyd, there's also a Christopher Lloyd, a Doc Brown reference in Crash Bandicoot's Mad Scientist skin. He actually looks a bit like Doc Brown from Back to the Future as well. And of course, we also have the Polar 2000, which of course is basically the DeLorean. Basically, another reference to another Back to the Future reference, the DeLorean, which is fantastic. Now, back in time, despite being disappointing compared to Twilight Tour, the Nitro Grand Prix, admittedly, I'm going to say this right now, I do actually think there were some good skins and good carts in that. But the racing was pretty. But most of the time it was. Trying to get the items was just bad enough. Just was a bit of a chore though. Okay, so dance for me, mate. Oh, that is good. I do like Dashing Crash's podium winning animation. That's good.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
Yeah, no shit, Oka. Right, so we're off to our next destination, which is Polar Pass. Oh, come on, Fake Crash. Try and get on with it. Alright, so of course, we are going to be playing as Polar. Lightning Dash. Yeah. We already got that, so let's see which one I can do. Oh yes, by the way, folks, I'm playing as and this one was actually recorded during the Spyro and Friends Grand Prix. Spyro and Friends, without doubt, that Grand Prix, without doubt, was, although I am kind of glad we actually got, some, good themed, skins. Sadly, it was let down by the fact that everybody. Of course, we were very let down with some of the skins, like Evil Coco. Evil Coco skin from Mind of a Mutant. Ugh, no. Goes back to how it kind of reminds us of all the bad memories of the Titans games made by Reticle Entertainment. But I will admit this right now that having Spyro, Hunter, and Nasty York in it was pretty good enough, but we were kind of left out that we didn't get Elora, we didn't get the Sorceress, nor did we get Bianca. That was pretty, disappointing. Maybe in the future we could get Elora, Bianca, and the Sorceress, or even Ripto. Yes, I really forgot Ripto was omitted as well. But we did get some snazzy skins like, of course, Orc skin. We got the Orc skin, we got Goblin, got the Wizard skin, and of course we have the Viking skin, which I'm showing off right there for Polar. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I actually love Polar's. The Polar's Viking skin. And it absolutely does fit this nature of the level, considering that there was boats everywhere. And of course it has kind of a Viking theme to it. In this stage has like a Viking theme to it. Kind of like Asterix. Either that or maybe... Oh, there's some ships there. Viking ships, yes. Kind of like the Vikings. Or maybe it kind of has a bit of a flashback to the Asterix comics. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Asterix. I actually, I did actually read some of the Asterix comics, and they were actually pretty good. I mean, there were some good. I think the Belgian comic creators actually were pretty good. French and Belgian comic creators actually did pretty good with their comics. Most notably Lucky Luke, and of course we had Asterix. And while the feature animations and the comics were really good, video game wise was mostly mediocre at best. Now, admittedly, I'm going to say this right now, I actually did own Asterix for the Master System, and I'm going to be honest with you, it was a decent game at best. I mean, looking back at it, it was actually not a bad game. Lucky Luke, the side-scroller for PS1, actually was decent. It had a good soundtrack. It had really good, but it was pretty hard as hell. And of course, oh my god, that level where you have to get the 10 moon poles was really terrifying. The music really gave me nightmares. It was pretty ghoulish. Very spine-chilling as well. Honestly. But with that being said, Polar Pass's recreation actually is one of the best recreations I've ever seen in the game. And of course, none other than Denny the Acking Seal was there. Yes, there we go. That's the Acking Seal of Denny. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got... Denny the Acking Seal has been an inside joke from my This Is How You Don't Play of Crash Team Racing Glacier from DSP. And it's now probably most likely going to be a prominent feature of my CTR videos for quite some time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I do like how Misty Lee actually also does the voice acting for Polar, like what she did with Tora and Pura.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
Alright, so that's Polar Pass done for now. We'll probably come back for the CTR challenge later on and the Gem Cup. But for now, we're going to go into what is considered to be coin farming heaven and jump heaven, folks. Which ones go for? Oh, let's go for Tiny Tiger, shall we? Biker, definitely Biker Tiny. Alright, so we'll do that because Tiny definitely deserves.
Can you deal with that?
Tiny deserves a bit of recognition on his home track, don't you think? Tiny Arena, yes, that's right. Tiny's special track. Sorry, I had to have a sip of coffee. Just it's a bit of concentration on my part for the commentary. Okay, so this is Tiny Arena. There's so much jumps on this one. So basically, this is hang time heaven, folks. This is basically air time, hang time, and possibly even sacred fire heaven this is. So with that being said, it's time for us to go and turbo through this track without delay. Yes, this music is just jamming, folks. I mean, to be honest with you, the remake soundtrack, well, it's doesn't come quite close to the, you know, the Josh Mansell, Mark Mothersworth, Motato Musica original. That's well, we seem to enjoy as kids. Well, I actually love the original soundtrack of Crash Team Racing, the original. It actually is pretty, you know, enjoyable. I mean, I actually love to listen to it. Well, whenever I get to play, whenever I, you know, not doing my projects or such, or if I feel a little bit bored. But I will say that the new music actually, you know, isn't too bad. In fact, it actually done pretty well. Well, for the most part. Sometimes there may be a few duff compositions there. But I do like in terms of the CTR, remade CTR music tracks, it is pretty good. I do, however, like the remade Crash Nitro Karts music tracks much more. Because, of course, they make it a little bit more fitting, though. Especially with tracks like Thunderstruck with the electric guitar, the more heavy metal, you know, tones into it, and of course, and especially Electron Avenue with its you know, vaporwave setting, with its more synthwave track, especially the fact that synthwave, especially that vaporwave and synthwave has been a huge norm of the internet nowadays. It's become pretty good. Yes.
Tiny don't like you. Tiny hate DSP. Tiny smash. Tiny smash elitist trolls.
That's right. That's right, Tiny. If any elitist trolls on this game online keep on giving me, do your best and squash them. That's a good tiger. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, some people are probably wondering which heavyweight class do I like better, Koala Kong or Tiny? Definitely like Tiny better, because Tiny is much more recognizable, but he does actually have a good, you know, sense of humor. Despite his more aggressive, his, you know, dim-witted character, he's kind of, you know, strong, massive, and he does have some of the best skins in the game, especially his biker skin. I'm gonna be honest with you, I love his biker skin. It's definitely the best, one of the best ones ever. Kind of reminds me of Mad Max. Kind of reminds me of the Mad Max. Of Mad Max. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably most likely going to do Mad Max playthrough in the future, but we'll see about that. Anyway, we're nearly coming across the finish line now. Just got the final stretch to go to. And there we go. That's that done. Right, so that's how this is during the Sparring Friends Grand Prix, so that's that done. Oh right, so got Tiny. Wow, looking dapper there, Tiny.
Tiny, win! Tiny, win!
Exactly. Oh. Guess who's coming up next?
You've beaten all the other races on these tracks.
Oh, there's a chicken gone.
Well, now you'll see why I'm the most feared driver on this circuit. I'll earn the right to face Oxide by crushing you into break dust. Let's race.
Oh, is that a challenge, Komodo Joe? Bring it on, lizard boy. Alright, so we're gonna go as let's see.
Spotless.
Oh, let's go as Geary, shall we? Because I know I have to do a boss against boss foe. Alright, so here it is, the Dragon Mines. Oh yeah. So basically, in terms of Dragon Mines, I hate this track so much. I kind of forgot to mention Dragon Mines because I was like talking about, you know, something in particular for what's happening, but now a lot of people are probably wondering why this playthrough is kind of, you know, prolonged and delayed. Well, I have, well, work's got, well, there's a lot, there's a lot of busy things, especially with Christmas and work, and there's a lot of events that social events, I've got to keep my girlfriend, occupied a lot, because I love her so much. But with that being said, but in all honesty, I just don't think that, but in all honesty, I'm hoping to try and make up time. With that and the delayed montages, especially the one with Back in Time and the one with Spyro Friends. I have to do that before I can start doing the Neon Circus montages, before I can get on with the Christmas montage. I've got like a lot of work to do. And speaking of which, I've also got to do This Is How They Play. So the remake, This Is How They Play Crash 3, which is coming up in the middle of next month. And of course we've also got I'm going to be uploading the Sonic 1 and 2 This Is How They Play, which is coming up in it's gonna be released this Wednesday as of this recording. It's gonna be released this Wednesday, the This Is How They Play Crash of Sonic the Hedgehog, because of course I've finished with it. And I'm going to be, you know, as of when I've done this at part 2, the commentary of this part and part 2, I'm going to be doing get this done. So once I've done this, I'll be, you know, I will render this one. Machines will all exactly Geary, but then again, does anybody think that Geary actually kind of looks like Clank from Ratchet and Clank? Kind of reminds me of him.
Slow after all. Surprised me you did. Here's a key for the win. Still, I think you're not fast enough to outrace Oxide. We're
What?
going to lose our planet, and it'll be all your fault.
Oh, god damn it. That's a bad threat, isn't it? Oh. Okay, so we've defeated, Komodo Joe. What? Oh, for God's sake. This keeps happening to me. For fuck's sake. Okay, so I managed to eventually do it again because, of course, and it does. And the only thing is, it doesn't open. So I have to do it again. So we'll have to jump cut this one. So we'll just transition to when I've finally beaten him again. I can't believe I have to do it again. Okay, I think we got the key. Okay, we got the key this time, so... And it's finally open this time. Thank God.
It's vacuum dust!
It's vacuum dust!
Yeah, exactly, Geary. Okay, so, of course... We're gonna save. We're gonna need to save because we know... If it does it again, if it glitches out again, it will probably end up, you know... It won't... What is that noise? Oh. Anyway, that's done. Anyway, with that being said, I'll see you guys for the next part of the CTR playthrough when I'm going to go through the stage of Citadel City and defeat Oxide for the first time. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys for the next part of the CTR Nitro-Fueled playthrough. So, I'll see you guys in part 4.